Good morning. Today I'm going to film my weekly meal prep. We have a busy week this week. We're going to be doing a little bit of traveling and I'm not going to have as much time to prepare meals. So today I'm going to show you what I do for my weekly meal prep. We're going to cook some beef, sweet potatoes, and rice for some little burger bowls is what we like to call them. And then I'm gonna make some overnight oats, some apple pie overnight oats. So I'm gonna chop up some apples, and then I'm also gonna get our vegetables and fruits ready for the week to make that easier to just grabbing. So I've got my grapes washing. I've already washed my other fruits. So my strawberries here, I'm gonna cut these up. I need to wash my apples and some of these. I got these from the local farmer's market. So I'm gonna peel some of this stuff off, but I am going to leave on a lot of the skin. We're going to roast some of those. And then I'm also going to cut up some of these vegetables so that we have that. And I may make some guac so that we can use that as dips and then put that in our bowls as well. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to have our beef. I'm going to put my sweet potatoes. I'm going to have apples on another tray. I'm going to bake those with some cinnamon, and I'll show you what we do. Okay, so for this apple bake, it's super simple. All you're gonna do is get your tray out. You're gonna cut up your apples, wash your apples, all that good stuff. And I am setting my oven to 375, and I'm gonna cook these for around 20 to 25 minutes. But I'm going to core these out, cut them up, put them on a tray. I'll add some cinnamon on top of the apples. I love cinnamon, so I'm just gonna throw it to it. And then I'll also cover with a little bit of honey. These ended up sticking to the tray a little bit, so maybe put a little bit of oil down or use parchment paper if you're like not wanting to clean up a big sticky mess. It wasn't terrible, but just saying, maybe add some parchment paper. So again, 375 for 20-25 minutes, and when that comes out, it's gonna be perfect for my overnight oats. I like to wash and cut up my fruits, so strawberries and blueberries, grapes, raspberries, any kind of fruits that I have, because I like to throw those onto my smoothie or acai bowls in the morning to make it easier. So it just makes it so much simpler. And then as far as the base for these bowls, I'm using these sweet potatoes. Sweet potatoes are great, tons of fiber, antioxidants, vitamins A and C, potassium. So these were the white sweet potatoes, and I also got the Japanese as well, but I coat these with olive oil, and then I love to put salt, healthy bit of salt, and some paprika. Pepper's good too. I'm not putting pepper on stuff right now, but I throw on a good bit of paprika. Now, once my apples come out of the oven, I'll just put these in there, 375 for 30 minutes, and I'll stir a little bit in between. I'm cutting up these peppers so that I have them for the week, but also I'm going to throw them in my guac. This recipe is in my shorts if you're looking for the full recipe. Avocados are an excellent source of fat. They're great for your heart, skin, brain, gut health. We like to use this as a dip during football games, but also throw on top of our beef bowls. I love these peppermint balls for dessert in my creamy or just a quick dessert option. They're 100% cacao, high in resveratrol, which is great for heart health, and the recipe for that is in my shorts. I also cut up some celery because I love those with peanut butter. Celery is nutrient rich and anti-inflammatory, so it makes for the perfect snack. And here I'm going in and making my overnight oats because my apples are done. So I'm using about a half a cup of oats in each of these, some chia seeds, which are great for omega-3s, fiber. This whole thing is going to be great for fiber, high protein, omega-3s. I'm using this bone broth protein, which is one of my favorites. It adds a nice sweet taste with some vanilla. Goat yogurt, that is my new thing since I'm not doing Greek yogurt right now, but throwing this in here for some gut-loving benefits as well as protein. I'm using cashew milk, probably about a half a cup of cashew milk in each one of these. It's unsweetened, and then I'm gonna also stir in some vanilla. These really are a great snack to just take with you on the go, or if you need something quick for breakfast, or like I said, just a snack. So I'll throw these in the fridge and I'll have them ready to go. All right, and now I'm starting with my rice and beef. So I'm gonna throw some olive oil in the pan, mix in my white rice, put some salt, and then the beef bone broth for some added collagen and protein benefits. Anytime you're eating a carb source like rice or oats, you wanna pair that with fiber, fat, or protein to help slow digestion and lessen the blood sugar spike. So while this cooks, I wanted to share some of the things that I like to add to my food as like a sauce. This one has been one of my favorites. It's the Siete creamy jalapeno and mild, and it's really mild. It does have a little bit of a kick, but not really. And so simple ingredients, just a few ingredients, and I just pour that over my beef, rice, sweet potato bowl, and it gives it nice flavor. This one is the Siete Salsa Cremosa, and this one is very spicy. It has simple ingredients, nothing I'm allergic to. So I picked this up to try it, and I'm gonna say really spicy. Like I tried it with just chips and I was like, oh my God, that's like super spicy. So if you put it over your food, it does add a lot of a kick, but this is another one I've been adding. I got this one because it didn't have anything I was allergic to. I have not tried it yet. So if you have tried it, let me know, but I have not tried this. Super simple ingredients, but it does say it has 3 chili peppers. So that may be spicy as well. Sauerkraut is something else that I like to add to my food. Like I add it to my burger. I'll add it to my bowl sometimes just to add some good fermented gut-loving items to my food. And then we'll also make like honey mustards or like a lemon vinaigrette that we can add onto bowls or salads or stuff as well. So those are just a few things that I like to add to my bowls and my meals to spice them up. I love adding OMG plus the P, so I'm adding onion powder, mustard powder, garlic powder, and paprika to my beef. These are like my go-to seasonings that I add to like any recipe, basically anytime I'm cooking beef, venison, chicken, whatever. That's what I use. So I'm gonna stir that in there and I'm gonna start building my bowls once they're done. So as I build these bowls, I've got my sweet potatoes already there. I'm gonna add a little bit of rice, and then I'm also adding the beef on top. So this is a more carb heavy meal here, but we need to sustain our energy throughout the day. Something that I'll also do is I'll get like frozen vegetables like Brussels sprouts or broccoli, and they're easy to heat up and put with these meals as well. All right, and here are the finished meals. There are 6 meals. I added a tiny bit of rice for some extra calories, and then we got the sweet potatoes and grass-fed local beef. And then we've got some extra rice for dinners or lunches when we run out of the other, and then also some additional sweet potatoes for dinners. That is going to conclude my meal prep video. I hope that you enjoyed. And until the next one, eat real food, read your nutrition labels, be kind to yourself and others, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye, y'all.